everybody. How's it going? It's me, Mr. Lawhead. Hey, today we're going to be starting a new conversation about writing, specifically informational text. All right, so what is informational text and how can I write informational text? Okay, as second graders, we've worked on opinion writing and even some story writing. Right? But this is kind of a different type of text that we're going to learn. So I want to talk a little bit about it and then give us our assignment to get started. Okay? So informational text is text that shares information. What's information? Anything at all. Anything you want to learn, anything you can see or hear about or see in the world. So tells you something or teaches you something. Information is just something, okay? But the key word I think that's important is that it tells you something or teaches, right? So informational text doesn't just say pointless stuff, obviously, right? Informational text teaches somebody something. So when you read it, oh, you learn. And when you write it, you're teaching somebody else who's going to read it, right? That's a really important part about informational text. Here's an example, a very short example. It's not a paragraph by any means, but it says a fox is a mammal. It is a carnivore. Okay, so here we have an example of some informational text. What is this text telling me or teaching me? It's teaching me about a fox, isn't it? It's teaching me that the animal is a mammal, right? And it is a carnivore. Both words, mammal and carnivore, are some of our science words. I'm not going to give away what those mean. Maybe we can do a little bit of research when the time comes, okay? So here we have some informational text. What does informational text look like when we write it? Well, writing takes a lot of practice, and it's a process, right? We don't just sit down and write a super great story or teach somebody something the very first time we sit down. We have to think about it. And so the very first step of writing informational text is researching and learning about something, right? So in this case, as you can see from the picture, this person is learning all about foxes. They have books and magazines and cards and all the different sources of information or text sources that we can find to learn about the subject, right? They even have a little computer here that's looking up information about foxes. So the very first step is research. We got to research and learn ourselves before we can teach something, right? The next step is think about what you want to share. So when you learn and study, then you go, okay, now I have all this information. How am I going to share this information, or what's important that I'd like to share, right? And finally, the last thing that we do is actually write or compose, right? Compose or write about what they or we want to tell or teach. So first step is research the subject. Second step is think about the subject or strategize, right? And then finally, we write or we teach, okay? Those are the steps that we're going to be working on. What does this look like for us here in second grade? Well, there's a few different things. Number one, as we start research, we use books, or maybe we do some searching on the internet, we watch videos, or there's really millions of different ways that you can do research or learning yourself. But then how do we do the thinking part? Well, that's where we've created this great graphic organizer for you to be able to say, okay, I have all this information. How can I put it in an easy, organized way? Okay, so we use our graphic organizer, which I'll attach to the video and the assignment so we can use that. And then finally, we write it, or that's the step where we teach somebody something new, right? And again, we want to practice our good writing habits, which means we put a title, it means we capitalize, and we punctuate, right? And we're writing in a paragraph format, which means that we have a topic sentence, main ideas, some details in there, making it interesting, and of course we put a conclusion as well, right? So these are all good things that we've been practicing. Finally, once we have all that down, we're ready to try it, right? So now that I've taught or I've said all those different things, now it's the best thing for us to do is say, hey, okay, let me give it a try, right? So a good topic that we decided to use is animals, right? Animals are fun. Animals are easy to see and learn about, and in a lot of ways, they're fun to teach about, right? So we're going to use San Diego Zoo Kids website, All right, so you're going to use your iPad, and in the assignment, you have a link to the San Diego Zoo Kids website. It looks like this, and as soon as you go there, you're going to see a little icon, and it says Animals. Guess what? You're going to click on the animals, and it's going to bring you to a search tab. A search tab that looks like this nice yellow color, and it's going to allow you to choose some choices. It's going to say, what kind of type of animal do you want? What area are you going to find that animal in? Is it endangered, right? Now, you don't have to choose any of those. You could just click on search, or if you have a specific animal that you're thinking of, you can totally use that one, right? But you must choose one, and this is very important. Choose one, okay? So I'm not asking you to get a whole bunch of animals or do a little bit on this one, then this one, and this one. You gotta take some time, choose what you want to do, and stick with it, okay? Because this is the fun and easy part, the learning part. But as soon as it gets hard, I don't want you to give up and say, oh, actually, I want to do a different animal. All right, so let's stay the course here. Choose one animal to write an informational paragraph on, okay? So what does that mean? You're going to do all these steps. You're going to research the animal. You're going to think about the animal, and then you're going to teach about the animal through your writing, okay? This animal is going to be very complicated, and we won't be able to write all the things about it, so we're going to have to choose what we like and what we're going to just have to not say, right? But I'm giving you this graphic organizer to kind of help you get organized, okay? You're going to fill this out. You're going to tell me what your animal is. You're going to say what type of animal that is. You know, is it a mammal? Is it a bird? Is it a reptile? What kind of animal are we talking about? Then we're going to say what it eats, all right? Where it lives, or what is its habitat? And then this is the most exciting part. What makes it special? Okay, so each animal has different characteristics, attributes, things that make it the unique animal that it is. And that's where I want you to use your graphic organizer, okay? Your topic is going to be your animal, and then you're going to start filling in the ideas that you want to share, okay? Now that we've said all that, we're going to be looking at our graphic organizer that we're going to include for the next step. Okay, so this is definitely the research part, and now we're going to move on to the middle part, which is the thinking part. Okay, so we're going to have this graphic organizer where you're going to put your title and your topic sentence and then the information that you filled out on here. Okay, then once you do that, the last step is going to be the actual writing or the teaching part. And that's where you're just going to use your Google Slides assignment I just gave you a few different blank papers here for you to write all that you want to write. Okay, so that's all of the information that I want to share with you today. Hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully it'll help you get started with informational text. Hope you have a great day.